Decks here. Today we're on the Norwegian Gem. We're going to take a quick around. We are in the Crystal Atrium on Deck 7 right now. I guess it's so named because of those flashing lights up there, or color changing lights. It has a big screen, a bar, the Tides gift shop, the name's covered up there, guest services desk, shore excursions, cruise consultant, future cruise. We went to the midship Stair Tower. That's what they call the stairs and elevators. I always call them elevator lobbies. There are these handy signs everywhere. And at the elevators, there's these handy signs, shows you what's on each deck. And in blue is the deck you're on. So it's very convenient. The ship has 12 elevators in 3 different locations, fore, aft, and midship where we are. The only thing really down on 4 is the medical center, which is probably closed right now. We also have this handy vending machine, $1, 4 quarters, aspirin, ibuprofen, band-aids, condoms. Some of the ships list how much services are, but this one doesn't. Going off the ship in port will be usually through these doors or those doors, fore, aft, or midship. There's also these maps everywhere. So the front of the ship is that way, forward. Aft is back that way. We are here at the medical center. The midship stair towers, elevator lobbies, have these about famous jewels or gems. Norwegian gem. Now, walked up to Deck 6. We're going to go out this way. This is one of the 2 main dining rooms. This is the magenta room. And it's pretty plain. There's no pictures. Mirrors, right? Goes way back there. This, I believe, is the dining room where you can eat dinner in a t-shirt and shorts. No dress code here in this dining room. Around the bend here is another one of these handy maps, and these would show you what's going on. And it changes by itself. Norwegian also has an app, although the app isn't always correct. That brings us to, wow, loud, Maltings Beer and Whiskey Bar. And they've got a lot of big chairs, people sleep, and beer and whiskey, of course. And then Shaker's Martini and Cocktail Bar. And they have tables and chairs and martinis. And they are joined with Magnum Champagne and Wine Bar. And a stairway up to Deck 7 to the Asian area of the ship. That brings us to Le Bistro. This is the French restaurant. I believe it's all apart, so you have to pay extra for this. There's somebody here. That's Le Bistro. Here's the menu. notice it has prices on it. Next to the bistro is the Corona Cigar Club. This is a place you can come smoke. It doesn't have to be a cigar. Apparently you can, if you buy it in tiny bottles. You can't smell this. Famous cigar smokers, Arnold, Mark Twain, Winston, and some others. But the air here is very thick with the smell of cigars and cigarettes. By the way, we're on the starboard side, heading forward right now. And that brings us to the casino. So we're gonna cut through the casino here. Games of chance, not skill. Just like those. And they have a lot of machines, some new, most old. And of course table games like roulette, craps, blackjack. Play poker back there somewhere. We are at the very front of the ship. Tonight's show is called Original Broadway Swing. The hallway here is decorated like we were in Venice. The theater is nice and big and the chairs are fairly comfortable. It's also very dark in here.
I paid almost $10,000 for this vacation, and every 10 p.m. I go to bed.
Starboard side, the right side, heading aft to the rear of the ship, because we are in the very front of the ship right now, on deck 7. And back out of the light. Here's your dancers and singers, the Norwegian Gem production cast. They're very good. Very good. In the forward stair tower or elevator lobby, they have full color large photos of sea life and scuba divers. So we're going up to deck 7. Here's one of a manta ray. And we're going to head over to the starboard side, and you get into the theater that way. On deck 7, you have the outdoor promenade, and they have it closed off today. We'll get out there though. And the shops are here. So we're on the starboard side, heading aft again to the back of the ship. There's one of the shops. That's the gift shop. This is the jewelry shop, although this jewelry is a gift too, right? And then this is the shop that sells perfume and liquor. So there's basically 3 stores here. And I don't know what time they open. It's only 8:15, and we had to set the clocks ahead last night, so it's really only 7:15 for our bodies. Now we're coming to the Asian area, the Orchid Garden. Sake bar, sushi bar, noodle bar, teppanyaki. So sushi is by the roll, $6 to $9 a roll. The noodles are included once you get something special there. But this is free, complimentary. Goes in there. This guy's vacuuming. Sushi bar. This is the Orchid Garden. Get a look inside teppanyaki. You have to go through the Orchid Garden to get in. Teppanyaki, I think, is $29 cover charge. We were just down there. The cigar bar is right over there. Champagne bar. Teppanyaki is inside there. Hard to see because they keep it sort of dark, but you can see it. So it's like Benihana's, and they do a pretty good job. It's $29 a person. Here's the midship elevators and stairs. And here's the bar here, and this is like the coffee bar, but they sell liquor too. Remember, they're going to play games and have musicians here, and this food costs extra. There's a list there. I don't see any macarons there, but we were here earlier. This is called Tides, even though there's a sign blocking it. And it looks like cubic zirconia is 50% off today. And they have Gosling's rum. You can make restaurant reservations right here, and you can buy a single rose for $6. You can get help from these people, guest services, purser's desk we used to call it. This is the shore excursion desk. It looks like he's getting ready to open. Cruise consultant again, future cruise and latitudes rewards. Now we're walking aft on the port side, the left side. Art gallery, I guess we'll call it. Art gallery. And you'll notice most of the art is gone, and it's probably in another room waiting to be auctioned off. You know, they have art auctions all the time. And I'm not sure if this is the internet cafe or not. But if it is, they only have 2 computers. The art gallery is behind me. I just walked back through it. I'm going to go up one of these staircases. Deck 8 is mostly passenger cabins, but there is a restaurant up there, and that restaurant is complimentary, and it's also open 24/7. So most people never don't know about it, or they think it costs money. And that's Ocean's Neighborhood Bar and Grill. And you come on the port side here to check in and get a table, and there's happy people ready to serve you, and they're open 24/7. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning. They have a limited menu, but there is plenty to choose from. I know they have fish and chips. Looks like they have coffee to go. I may be back in a minute. Deck 7 down below. That's the crystal ceiling. Here, let's get a good look at that. Beautiful. Big picture windows looking outside. I mean, it's 8:30 almost, and there were 3 people, 4 people, maybe 6 people in here. So that's Ocean's Neighborhood Bar and Grill. And it's like in the middle of the ship, in midships. But it's up those stairs from the Crystal Atrium. And yet it's never full. Or I haven't seen it full of Sheehan's. So this is the breakfast menu. So all this is included except Lavazza coffee. But that's not included anywhere. As you leave O'Sheehan's, we're back on the port side. There are passenger cabins in the rest of deck 8, fore and aft. We're going to go up, though, to deck 11. Remember, we're going to skip 9 and 10 because they're passenger cabins only, nothing else. Deck 11 is also almost all passenger cabins, but it has the bridge viewing room. And that's on the port side of deck 11 in the very front of the ship. So we're going to go down there. Well, we've come all the way down deck 11, and it's a straight shot from fore to aft. And this brings us to the bridge viewing room. There's chairs and lots of people and the bridge. And this. So these are some of the things you get the first time you make a port when your ship is new. Back to the atrium, deck 7. This is the atrium bar. They're playing the music a little loud, so I've got to avoid it. This is tides again, but it's still covered up. But last time we went down through the art gallery. Today, this time we're going to go through the photo gallery. Now this ship doesn't hang a lot of pictures up. They have the panels to do it in there, but you swipe your card in a computer and it finds you because they ask you what your cabin number is when they take your picture. You have those though. And that's the photo gallery, which leads us to the far aft of the ship. Bliss Ultra Lounge. And this guy out jogging in the morning. It's about 7 a.m. We're coming into the island of Bermuda this afternoon. And this ship, the Bliss Ultra Lounge, has several slot machines. It also has chains. It's a pretty nice space, but they always have art auctions here, so I'm not sure what else. I mean, they're dancing at night. It does say you have to be 18 and over after 10 p.m. to come in here. To the Grand Pacific Ballroom. Actually, Grand Pacific Dining Room. And this is it. And they serve breakfast here in the morning, but I think they're closed up now. Just thought you should see it's decorated for Easter. This is where we usually eat. You have to wear pants and a collared shirt here for dinner. So most people, I shouldn't say most people, a lot of people go to Magenta because you can wear shorts and a t-shirt. T-shirt, shorts. But here I am, walking through. Those are windows facing the back, where we've been. And that's the Grand Pacific Dining Room. It does have this. I'm guessing she's the king of the world. So, back up and out to deck 7. We're on deck 7 aft in the deck 7 Stair Tower elevator lobby. We're going to go up to deck 12. Remember, 8, 9, 10, 11 are just staterooms other than the bridge viewing room on 11 and O'Sheehan's on 8. So we're going to go up to 12. Check out the buffet and the pool. Here at the back of the ship, they have pictures of classic cruise ships. There's the cruise ship. That might be Hawaii before. Here we are on deck 12, the home of La Cucina, Italian restaurant. It's a la carte. In the mornings, though, and lunchtime, you can sit in here and eat. And a lot of people don't know that, so they never come in here. So while the buffet may be super crowded, there's usually a place to sit in here. And it has its own little buffet known as the Great Outdoors. It's only 7 a.m., so they're just setting up now. Nothing there. Coffee, ice cream, tea, juice. We're crossing from port over to starboard. We're at the very back of the ship. So we're going to go to the very front of the ship on deck 12. This is the inn of the Garden Cafe. And they have a coffee and tea again. And it's quite a large seating area. But aside from La Cucina, which is right across there, it's the only buffet area. Some ships have buffets on both sides. This one, it's only on the starboard side of deck 12. Coffee, tea, regular milk. We're getting to where the people are and the food. And that music is really loud now. Now, in the afternoons, this is ice cream, which they serve to you. More coffee and tea. This is the omelet station. So they'll make you an omelet here. There's pancakes. This is another omelet station. Hash browns, bacon, sausage. Oh, by the way, today is Easter. This is waffles and pancakes, it says, but oh, I guess there are some there. Over on that side, fruit, more bread, muffins, pastries, butter, more bread, more food. Flat sausage today, pork patty. Another omelet station, another omelet station. No shortage of omelet stations. There's hot favorites. It's some sort of little breakfast pizza. And more colored hard-boiled eggs. We should have hidden them around the ship though, right? We got a little Easter display here. We've reached the midship Stair Tower elevator lobby, and that's when we go out. The video arcade is here. Entourage. Free card with every play. So there's lots of machines in here. Lots of fun happening. Video arcade. Entourage. And then we have Splash Academy. And they're waiting to serve you in the Splash Academy. Woo! This is bright.
Oh, looking at us. Where are we going now?
This would be the YouTube viewers.
Hello, YouTube people.
Anyway, so this is bright, to say the least. And then there's this place. So I think this is the Teen Lounge, if I'm not mistaken, with the Teen Lounge bar and the Teen Lounge TVs where they play video games. And pictures of Jimi Hendrix, because all the teens these days know who Jimmy was. Anyway, and your happy staff. Hero, and there's a guy cleaning the windows. And this is their pool. Handle way up there so kids can't reach it. And then the regular pool outside there, right? And this is a buffet. at lunchtime they have hot dogs and hamburgers here. There's a bar here. It's not open this early in the morning. And that's the Kids Splash Academy pool area. See that? And this is the Tahitian pool area with a water slide I haven't been on. When we were on the Pearl, they had removed the water slide. There was no water slide. I'm not sure there was one, but I think there was. Got a couple hot tubs here and a couple more over there. The Tahitian pool is actually two pools. This one and that one. There's the Valley High one. This area, the grill and the bar were known as topsiders. So we're going to continue our journey forward. Here's the pool. Up by the Valley High on deck 13 is the smokers, are the smokers. But in here, we have the Perspectives photo studio. That's where you pay extra to get your picture taken. We have the captain, met him last night, staff captain, all those people. The card room, where they have these tables and games. Somebody left their hat. And the SS United States. So these are cruise ships from the past, and of course these are their maiden port call plaques. That's what the captain's bar looks like. And second in command is staff captain. This is the library, the Maritime Heritage Library. Oh. A lot of books. I think they keep them locked up. So I guess you have to come in when they're open. It's a pretty large, well-stocked library for a cruise ship. We're heading forward, remember, on deck 12. And that brings us to the Mandara Spa. I don't spend a lot of time in spas. On some ships you have to cut through the spa to get to the gym. On this ship you don't. Maybe we'll go in there later. Got areas like that. iPads. Stuff you can buy. And lots of treatments. The gym is actually right over here on the port side. Library, card room, forward, stair tower, deck 12, gym. Has some free weights in here. And a lot of machines. Now that's a mirror down there, so it looks a lot bigger than it is. But it's never been crowded really since we've been on the ship. And then it looks like maybe they're doing some class in this room. And that's the gym. We're as far forward as we can get on deck 12. We're going to go up to deck 13. Now down here in forward on the ship, in the front of the ship, they have the underwater pictures. Deck 13 is mostly sun decks, but it also has the Spinnaker Lounge. And the chapel. And today is Easter, so I think this would be decorated or something. It's not. I think today is Easter. That's the chapel. Now we're back in the Spinnaker Lounge. And they play game shows in here, and they have trivia here sometimes in the atrium. Has its own bar, the Spinnaker Bar. Dance floor, a live band played there yesterday. Well, we had our retreat cruiser party, which wasn't much of a party, I might add. They didn't give it, oh, they gave some wine to the people that had been married the longest. So we just walked from port to starboard and we're heading aft now again on deck 13. We're going to go outside here. These doors are automatic, but you have to push the button sometimes. Some doors. Dead end there. Yesterday this was closed and it's closed again today. So here's the bar with ashtrays. I don't think I can get through. I'm going to try to find out. Smells like cigarettes. No, it's roped off too. So I'm gonna have to go down and back and then up. However, we're on deck 13. We can go up these stairs, which are closed also to deck 14. Back on deck 7, outside the Stardust Theater. And they've taken down the ropes, so we can go outside now. It's windy and cool, but not cold. So this is forward on the starboard side, and the wind noise might affect the video. We're just going to walk down here. The weird thing on this ship and its sister ships is at the very front here, you can't look out. You can't be the king of the world, because it's solid metal. There's these windows right here, and then nothingness. Just a big echoey wind tunnel. Now we've crossed over to the port side and we're heading aft. So we went around the front of the ship just now. And over here it's sunny. A little rough out there. And a lot more windy. Now the good thing about this ship is you can go all the way around. The bad thing is there's a smoking area right here, port side of deck 7, and one forward and one aft. So you got to go through that. There's also a smoking area in the Corona Cigar Lounge down on deck 6, right? And deck 13 in front of that bar, or all around that bar, is a smoking area. But you can go around the back of the ship, and the back is open. You can see the ship's wake and everything. But we're just going to go down here and then head up. We came down the length of the ship. We're still on the port side, and right in here is the back of the ship. This will take you in to the Bliss and the aft elevator lobby. And there's the back of the ship right there. So let's go around there. There it is. Back of the ship. Ship's wake. I think we're about 50 miles or so from Bermuda. And the weather's gotten nicer. Now we've just crossed over to the starboard side and we're going to be heading forward. Anyway, deck 7 all the way around. I believe 2 2/3 laps equals 1 mile. There's the sign. So, mile, 2 2/3 laps. And it goes on. And there's shuffleboard courts up there, a couple of them. And the equipment, but they keep the equipment locked up most of the time. Anyway, let's go back inside and go up. We're back to the great outdoors bar buffet on deck 12. Now we're going to go up to deck 13, but we're going to go up really slowly. This reddish strip is called the jogging track, and it's very windy out here. kids play basketball. So we're up on deck 14 now, and I don't know if they'll lay those lounge chairs out. See the stairway off in the distance there. That takes you to the haven. There's a door in front of it, and we have the key. This, of course, is the rock climbing wall, and somebody's climbing. Now we're crossing from port to starboard on deck 14, and there's another sunning area here. But on this side, the starboard side, if we go forward a little, we can go up the stairway that's in front of us. And by the way, down there on 13 is the golf driving net. See that? So let's go up here. Oh, it's locked too. Wait a minute. Well, on the Pearl, you can go up there and walk around up there. That's interesting. Well, since I couldn't get up there to deck 15, I'm going down to 13 again. Here's the golf driving range. There should be some clubs and stuff here, but I don't see it out, so I guess they have them locked up. They're making one of those announcements about shopping and bingo and stuff. So we're heading forward on the starboard side of deck 13, and here they have the giant chest.
Stand here.
So if you're into that,
So stay here.
giant chest. Right there is a door. Up ahead is the pools, but this door leads you into a couple places up here on deck 13. So we're going to go in and see them. You have to push the button, yeah.
I see it now, thanks.
One of them is the Sugarcane Mojito Bar. Of course, in the mornings, they serve breakfast to the special people, but you can get mojitos here. So these are the Haven and Suites customers. It's also, the entrance to Cagney's, and of course that becomes Moderno in the evening. See, aren't they happy? Cagney's is a la carte. And it looks like this. So it's pretty fancy. I haven't eaten here yet. I'm sure it's good. This is the midship, stair tower, elevator lobby. You can go up to deck 14, but you need a key card. That takes you to the Haven, I suppose. The Haven is private. Hard to look in there. So let's go back outside. We're back out on deck 13, above the Tahitian pools. Valley High Bar Grill is the one for smoking. And they're getting ready to barbecue here again. Let's walk forward this time. Still. So this is the Valley High Bar and Grill. You'll notice ashtrays on the tables because this is where the smokers live. So I don't ever go there. That door would bring me to the forward elevator lobby, Stair Tower. Instead, we're going to go up to deck 14 here. And up here they have the giant shower with the giant handles. I've actually never turned one of these. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Anyway. So that area up there with the glass is the Haven. And those on the sides are private suites, big suites. That's the pool area. It's almost 10 o'clock. We're supposed to get into Bermuda about 1, so these people are relaxing before they have to go to Bermuda. But let's go forward. We're still on the starboard side, deck 14. We're in the very front of the ship now, deck 14. And later I think they'll put some of these chairs out. You got some of these big loungers here again. If you want to be the king of the world, it's going to be right there. You can see Bermuda off in the distance. Yeah, see it? No, you can't see it. So we've crossed over to the port side and now we're heading aft. I believe there's one more deck we can go up. And here it is. So we were on 14 and we're headed to 15. And it's really windy up here. But I thought you should see, if they put the lounge chairs out here, this is a nice secret place sort of to go. But you have to go down on that side. And then you have to cross over to get down again. Which is sort of weird, but that's the way they did it. I don't see a lot of people jog on here, but if you did, 5.5 laps is a mile. We're on the port side now, heading aft, and this is giant checkers. And in that box are the checkers, and it looks like it might be unlocked, so you could play checkers if you wanted. There. We also have a shuffleboard here. Remember, there's 2 down on deck 7 on the promenade outside, and the equipment is out. But like I say, they put the equipment away, and they get it out, put it away, and they get it out. And there's another golf driving place. Now, when we first got on the ship, Janet said, with all the kids on board, 400 on this cruise, this place is going to be a zoo, and she was right. So that concludes our tour, I suppose. I'm here in the very front of the ship, between deck 11 and deck 10, saying, "Port monkeys out, see you on the high seas, bye." No cameras allowed. That's the international signal though. We're F2. These people are from Maine. Belfast, Maine. Promenade Deck 7, and Janet noticed this. Some of the railing is like a 2x4 you might have laying in your backyard. So I'm sure it's just a temporary fix. It does have little pieces holding them together. And of course, if you have some 2x4s laying in your backyard, either give them to NCL or put them in your garage. They'll last long.